Welcome back to the March episode of County Connection. For this segment, we have with us Tom Gozrowski, who is our new Road and Bridge Director for Summit County. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you here in the studio as well as with our fine organization. So, Tom, you succeeded our longtime Road and Bridge Director, John Pohemus, affectionately known as JP, who had been with us for about 40 years.
Yeah, I think it's 40 years. Yeah, a long time.
Yep. So he recently retired from his role at the county, and you have stepped into that position. So how long have you been on the job now?
It's been about 6 weeks now.
Okay. So are you still getting up to speed, or you have everything figured out at this point?
No, it's still totally getting up to speed. You know, the biggest thing is learning the road network. There's still a lot of roads that I haven't driven yet, so trying to get out and drive all the roads, see all the different neighborhoods in the different parts of the county, and it's just a lot of territory to cover.
Right.
And, yeah.
So for folks who may not be intimately familiar with all the operations in your department, I mean, I think the name to a certain extent speaks for itself, but so what are kind of the big chunks of operations that you oversee?
Sure. So what we do is we operate and maintain all of the county roads. So we don't do state highways, that's CDOT, and we don't do town and city streets, might be Frisco or Breckenridge or Silverthorne. But all the outlying county roads, you know, some of the bigger neighborhoods that are county roads are Peak 7 and Summit Cove, up towards Boreas Pass, and of course everything up in the north end of the county. North of Silverthorne is a county road, and so in the wintertime, like right now, that's a lot of snow plowing and snow removal.
Sure.
And as we get into spring, we start dealing with some drainage issues with roadside ditches. And of course, in the summer, it's a lot of road maintenance activity. Lots of paved roads, and we have a lot of gravel road as well, and that all needs to be maintained. So I help coordinate and manage all of those activities.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your background. You came to us from the town of Eagle.
I did,
not too far away.
Not too far away, just about an hour west of here. And I had been the town engineer in Eagle and had been there for about 15 years. And that was great. I really liked that. But, you know, Eagle was a pretty decent sized town, but it was, you know, a small community. And so I was really excited to move up to a bigger operation like Summit County. And so that's been a lot of fun. And in Eagle, I did all sorts of things. We did a lot of road and street maintenance there, obviously, but we also had water and sewer system that we operated.
Okay.
So I have a lot of knowledge about utilities, which has actually been more useful than I expected here, because we have a lot of interaction at Road and Bridge with the different utility districts and utility providers who have pipelines in our roadways. And so I've actually found that background I gained in Eagle in utilities has been really helpful here, even though we don't directly provide utility service in Road and Bridge, but it's been a good carryover.
Sure.
And but we did rec paths in Eagle and parks and all sorts of things. And so that's been really helpful background as well in terms of being able to coordinate and work with a lot of the different departments in the county. I have kind of a good sense of what everybody's doing, and can understand how we fit in at Road and Bridge in that whole picture. So it's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what? So you mentioned that snow removal is kind of the big priority right now this time of year. So first of all, to stay on that topic, actually, how's this season shaping up in terms of you know, what we're seeing in terms of weather and how big of a workload you've been saddled with this year?
You know, I think it's been kind of up and down with the storm cycles we've had, and of course all of us that are skiers like myself have observed that we tend to this winter have had periods where it's been really snowy for a week or maybe 2 weeks, and then we've had long dry spells, and we're kind of in one of those long dry spells right now. We've had a lot of warm weather early in the winter this year too. A lot of really warm days in February that we wouldn't normally expect.
Right.
But on the whole, I'd say it's been a pretty average year for snowfall in terms of total snowfall, and you know, no really huge storms that have caused us, you know, big problems, but pretty typical, but with some really big gaps in the storms in between. So it's given us a good chance to catch up on being able to create more snow storage room by pushing snow banks back and hauling snow out. We do a lot of hauling of snow in the Copper Mountain area.
Okay.
So it's kind of allowed us to catch our breath in between those bigger storm cycles.
Right. Yeah. But we're not out of the woods yet.
We're not, no, it's, you know, winter's only half over,
right.
if that even. So yeah, we're not nearly at the end.
Mm-hmm. So when we do get out of the woods, so looking ahead to summer construction and maintenance season, what's on tap for your department?
Yeah, quite a lot. And actually the summer construction is what I'm more focused on right now. We're doing lots of planning for what we're going to repave and construct this summer. A lot of pavement maintenance and repaving activity in the Summit Cove area. Mm-hmm. So I think our residents will see a lot of activity there and a lot of improved road conditions when we finish that work up. We're going to do a couple of culvert replacements and some culvert maintenance work, and then normal gravel road maintenance that we do every year, where we put dust suppression chemical on the roads to help keep it from being so dusty and help that road surface hold up and not become so washboarded.
Okay.
So pretty typical year, with the exception, I would say, that we're doing a lot of pavement maintenance in the Summit Cove area this summer.
Okay, and the continuation of that Summit Cove Loop project. And
some of it related to that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see more of that actually next year in 2017.
Okay.
The county has applied for some grant monies through a couple of programs run by the state. One, the Great Outdoors Colorado, or GOCO grant program, and another program called Safe Routes to School. And so we're really hopeful that we'll get those grant funds, and that'll allow us to do a lot of the bicycle pedestrian improvements that have been going on at Summit Cove. But some of the work this year will be related to that, but probably more heavily focused on just normal street maintenance in that neighborhood.
All right,
yeah.
Sounds good. So lastly, Tom, if people have questions about what's going on county roads or snow removal operations or anything else under your purview, how can they get in touch with you?
They can certainly contact us at Road and Bridge at 668-4231. That's my office. They're welcome to call me. And also, check the county website. Hopefully, going forward, I'd like to see us do a lot more with Road and Bridge, with more up-to-date information on the website, and also through some social media stuff. I know Road and Bridge did a pretty cool video. I thought it was a pretty cool video.
I thought so too.
Yeah, right. It was posted last fall on YouTube about snow plowing operations and how residents can help us do a better job of plowing snow through the winter. And so I really hope to see us do more of that going forward in the future as well.
All right, fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, we're real excited to have you on board, and we'll look forward to more conversations in the future about all the great work you're doing.
Thanks. It's been great to be here, and I'm really excited to be here too. So.
All right, and thanks for stopping by the studio today.
You're welcome.
All right, so stick with us. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, after saying hello to Tom, we will sadly be saying goodbye to County Manager Gary Martinez, who recently announced his retirement.